11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What a fight! I think we're gonna win it.
Juan, the Hispanic causing panic, Lascano.
What's going on, everybody? The Style here. Have a show for you, impromptu live. I found some time to go ahead and come on here. I do apologize for not really doing lives. I've been extremely busy, but nonetheless found some time here. Have a window of opportunity, so I thought I'd come on here and grace you all with my presence. You know what I mean? And just for the hell of it, it calls for celebration. You know?
Feliz
Navarrete.
Feliz
Navarrete.
Feliz
Navarrete.
Próspero año y felicidad.
It's Feliz Navarrete, 364 days a year. Feliz Navidad, no got nothing of Feliz Navarrete. What's going on with Navarrete? I really don't know, by the way. I haven't really kept up with the news in regards to that. Get yourselves a drink, guys. I have my drink here, non-alcoholic, of course. You know what I mean? Some nice what's the shit? It's mineral water with I put some, just a little bit of lime in it. Tastes good. Whatever it is you drink, get it, crack it open, spin the bottle open. I don't care what you do. Twist it, whatever. Pour your glass and sit back, enjoy the show. A couple of things I want to touch on. All right, make sure you hit the like button, by the way. And hit the subscribe if you like the content. All right. Quick, kind of like local news for me. I'm from El Paso, Texas, as you guys know. Stephanie Han had a fight on the zone. It was an MVP card. I don't know what that venue was, but it's whatever to me. But the only fight I really saw, to be honest with you, was a Stephanie Han fight. I was really busy, but made time for that. And look, it was a very surprising first round, right? Like I did not expect that. I didn't go in saying, oh yeah, I saw that coming. I did not see that coming. I did not see the knockdown coming. I did not expect that. If I did, I would have bet on it. I think I looked up the odds. It was like 40-1 odds for a knockdown in the first by the other girl, by Paulina Angel. So if I knew that was coming, I would have bet on it. But what I did know was coming was a Stephanie Han victory, though. And look, the knockdown, well, it was surprising. Nobody wants to get knocked down. I'm sure it's not something she wanted to happen. However, it did happen. Punches are flying, and anything can happen in the sport. And one punch can change everything, right? So she gets knocked down, and I liked everything I saw. Not that she got knocked down, but she stayed poised. She stayed composed. She got up, didn't panic, and, went back to her corner. I don't want to read too much into the body language, but what matters is what I saw and how she reacted moving forward. I thought she went on to completely outclass Paulina Angel for the remainder of the fight. There was maybe 1 or 2 rounds were kind of tough to score, maybe. After that, I scored it 8 rounds to 2. I thought Stephanie Han clearly won the fight. I was very surprised, very surprised. And it's not the only fight in the last 8 or 9 months or so where I'm very surprised seeing people with their fake outrage, with their dumb takes. And I'm not even saying this is the majority or whatever, but just coming out saying, "Oh, Paulina was robbed," right? I'm looking at the clips of the fight where they announced Han the winner, and I don't know if it was a trainer, Paulina. Someone in their corners like "Te la robaron," like let's just say that they robbed you, and like I don't know what I have no idea. If that's your advice to your fighter, then it's whatever, right? If that's what you want to put in her head, cool. But she did not win that fight. And anybody that knows how to score a boxing match, no, she did not even come close to winning that fight. One knockdown in a 10-round fight doesn't win you the fight. And winning at most 2 to 3 rounds, even with the knockdown, is not enough to win you the fight. So I don't understand what the outrage is. I'm seeing people, Stephanie Han knows she didn't win this fight. I don't know what Han knows or doesn't know, but I know what I know. And I know that I watched the fight, and it's a very easy fight to score. And Stephanie Han clearly won that fight. All right? Clearly. Just because you want to attack Paulina so she could like it and or whatever the fuck, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. It doesn't change the fact that she did not win that fight. Point blank, period. Moving forward, what is next for Stephanie Han? Bigger, better things. It's what's next for Stephanie Han. Now, look, I'm happy for her. She's on MVP, big promotional company for the women right now. Great. Wasn't a fan of the venue. That's just my personal opinion. Not her fault, and not anybody's fault. It is what it is. I think Stephanie Han can get 4,000 or 5,000 people here in El Paso, or maybe even in Las Cruces. So seeing her in a mid-card, empty little ballroom I just feel like hopefully there's bigger venues for her and more attention in terms of a live audience. But nonetheless, she was on the zone. So like people got to see her worldwide. Holly Holm. And the reason I'm prefacing this is because the Holly Holm fight is right there. It's on a silver platter. And I'll get to chat a little bit, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the video if you haven't already on the social media platforms. Feel free to tag me. I'll retweet. Stephanie Han versus Holly Holm is the biggest female fight in the Southwest in a very long time, if not ever. And I say that because right now, Stephanie Han has the WBA world title. Holly Holm is a Hall of Famer. She's trying to win a belt in a new weight class. So let's bring it on, right? Or at least I believe. I don't know. Has Holly won? I would have to fact check that. If she's won a title in this weight class or not. I could be wrong about that. I heard somebody say that, so I could be wrong about that. But nonetheless, for her to come back and win a world title, I know she's in her early 40s. So people are going to say she's old, but look, she looked really good in her last fight. I think 40 is a new 30, to be honest with you. I think we're going to see more and more fighters in their late 30s, early 40s be successful in boxing. Not saying that's their prime or whatever, but you're going to see it more. I do think that Holly Holm is dangerous. I do think she could win that fight. But I also think Stephanie Han can win that fight. In fact, I would favor Stephanie Han to win that fight. It's Stephanie Han's time. This is her time. And what better way to have like a, passing the torch type fight here in the Southwest. And they could make the fight in El Paso. They can make the fight in Albuquerque. They can make it in Las Cruces. Wherever, somewhere in the Southwest, that's a headliner. There'll be energy in the crowd. It will be more meaningful in these parts. Now, look, if it happens where it happens, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain either way. Right? If they want to do it somewhere in Florida, like it's whatever to me. If they want to do it on undercard of a Jake Paul fight, I mean that's a big, option as well. I just personally feel that's a big fight in the Southwest. I think it gets 6,000-7,000 here in El Paso, probably in Albuquerque as well. It's a headliner. And I think it's an opportunity for MVP to have an event that doesn't have Jake Paul on the card. That's actually an event with a crowd and an event that's garnering attention with a Hall of Famer and a well-known name like Holm and Stephanie Hahn, who's basically of a family that's boxing royalty here in El Paso, Texas. So I would like to personally see that here, but I'm not going to complain wherever it is. All right. As long as it happens, I'm happy. I'm just giving you my preference. All right. That's all I'm doing. It's made for this part of the country, but we'll leave that at that. All right. MVP shows right now. There's no Jake Paul fight. Like if Jake Paul's not the headliners, there's no big fight like Katie Taylor versus Amanda. They're not getting crowds, right? I'm looking at these girls. They're walking out. You see a sea of empty seats. And I don't know what the plan for that is. I know MVP has money and they're funneling the money, but for how long do they want to do that? Maybe they make up the difference when Jake Paul fights or if Amanda fights, but nonetheless, it's just something I'm noticing. A lot of these girls they're not getting, they're not bringing the crowds like that. There's very few of them that are, right? And you can't depend on a Jake Paul to be on a card every time to carry the event. Of course, some of them are going to get on that Jake Paul, Tank Davis undercard. It's going to be a sold out event, and that'll be great for those that get on that card. When Amanda, if and when she fights again, maybe a Bumgarner or something like that. But aside from that, I don't really see stars that they have. I could carry events without those names. I just don't. Even the all women's card, I mean, half of the arena was empty, like halfway through the card. So like there's something that you need to look into, in my opinion. And there's fights I think they could like work that I think, and I just gave you one that can sell well without those names and will look good on television, etc. But those are just my opinions. We'll leave that at that for now. They're a new promotional company. I'm sure they'll learn and get better as they grow. Right. I had somebody on Twitter, get at me and say, well, like, what about all the other promoters with like events that don't sell? Like, what you guys need to understand is that there's plenty of fighters from local areas that fill up 3,000, 4,000 in a crowd with promoters that know the area and the local area. So this, no, like if you're on the zone and you're like in a bingo hall ballroom and there's like 20 people in the crowd, I think there's something wrong with whatever you're doing. It's not working, right? That's just my opinion, but that's just the way it's going to be. All right. So, really quick note here. No Limit. Before I get to the good stuff, guys, I just want to say this. No Limit right now is like, I don't know what the hell that was a couple days ago. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. I just don't. I don't know. Like things aren't going their way. Like right now, Tim Zhu just lost. He's contemplating, like he's over there, like in I don't know where he's at. He's in Thailand or whatever, and on vacation, shadow boxing in front of statues. Like maybe he'll be back, maybe he won't. It'll be a big help for them if he comes back and does cards in Australia. But they're putting Michael Zarafa in mismatches. Like you're going out of your way to find mismatches for Michael Zarafa. right? What are we doing? Like what? Michael Zarafa, guys. Like you think about this. You're going out of your way to pad the record of Michael Zarafa. And you're charging people for it. Like I just don't, I can't imagine the fans in Australia really liking that. Like I can't imagine, oh yeah, I love that. I love it. I love paying to watch Michael Zarafa knock out Mickey Dahlman in the first round for a WBO Intercontinental Middleweight Championship. Right? That's what they're giving people. Brock Jarvis against Sam Beck. Oh, you don't understand. The guy that's Brock Jarvis, he had this big knockout in an obscure fight one time. I don't know what the hell they're doing, bro. Like this is the amount of mismatches they put on pay-per-view is unbelievable. Nikita Zoo is the one that basically sold that event. And no one's buying it. Like they're not buying it for fucking Jazzy Parr fighting an unmatched opponent. Like this is people acting like it was a great fight. And they're stopping it. The stoppage doesn't even make sense, by the way. The girl's not even hurt. Like it's just dumb. They just wanted to put the knockout on the record, right? Like I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like it's what it, like they have these fighters, and it's like that. People are like, oh, okay, you can make that fight. Then they're not making them. Like why don't you just make Brock Jarvis versus Michael Zarafa, and the winner could fight Nikita Zoo? It's like that they're marinating fights of guys that are not even world-class fighters, bro. That's what they're doing. Who the hell marinates like freaking local fights? Who marinates domestic fights? This is nuts. I'm watching lower level with a lot less of a budget than No Limit over there in Australia put on better shows and more competitive fights. I see it all the time. Nikita Zoo was out for a year. He had hand surgery. I'll give him a pass, but it's time to step up. Like that's it. Right? The opponent was like, I'm not really mad at that Nikita Zoo. Right? I thought fans were kind of harsh on the guy, to be honest with you. But again, you're not helping your case when you put it on pay-per-view. Like, what are you doing? The fights they put on pay-per-view, bro. Like, what the hell's going on? And look, even my audience right now is like, why are you even wasting time talking about those crappy ass fights and No Limit Blue? Look at the chat. They're like, why are you even talking about this? Like, they're not even worth talking about. I'm only bringing it up because I wanted to rant about it. Like 5 people unsubscribed because I'm talking about the No Limit card. Like, well, I don't want to hear about that crap they put like that. That's what we're getting, right? But sub back and come back because we're going to talk about Canelo a little bit, right? But anyway, could you imagine like marinating Zarafa versus Nikita Zoo for 4 years? Like, what's the plan here, bro? Like, what? Didn't you just see Brock Jarvis get absolutely annihilated by a part-time Keith Thurman that hadn't seen the ring like 4 years? Just got destroyed, and you're putting him out there like he's a star. Like you're forking out money for Brock Jarvis as if he's going to be something. Like, what are we doing, bro? And you're putting him in a mismatch because you want to build him back up? Like, what are we doing? We saw what Arizona De Lara did to Zarafa. We know he ain't the real deal, bro. Just give us a good fight for Brock Jarvis and there was Zarafa. For fuck's sakes. He's the bad boy of Australia, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. What are we doing? Anyway. That's that. Ryan. We're going to talk about Ryan first real quick, guys. Sorry. Ryan says he's really concerned about stream culture. Ryan Garcia, all right, is concerned about stream culture. Like I'm really concerned. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. All right? What about the live streams you've done, Ryan? You come out like, I was just trolling. Oh, you guys believe you thought I was being serious when I was acting like a racist piece of shit? That's not really me. That's not really me. That's not really Ryan. Ryan is not really like that. Shut the fuck up already. All right? I'm just tired of Ryan, bro. Right? Fucking takes ostrich and then he sends him an open bottle that's been contaminated. Right? And like all we got, they could look at the rack number and know that he's full of shit. Like, why'd you even do that? Because Showbiz the adult told you? Showbiz the adult said, I'll send them one of those and you'll be for like, well, why are you even like, well, what are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Right? By the way, just putting this out there, Showbiz the adult, no doubt in my mind, watches other YouTube channels and he steals their shit. And I have the proof. And I'm going to start collecting receipts. Okay? I'm just putting that out there. All the way back to the Joseph Parker Spider-Man joke. Okay? Just putting that out there. What, you think you're some hot shot now or what? Like, you're on the zone? Plagiarism. Well, you can't really legally do anything about it when it comes to things like comedy or podcasts or boxing takes, right? But it could be exposed, all right? So with that said, Ryan Garcia's concerned, ladies and gentlemen, about how people are acting on live streams. Ryan Garcia saying this. And yes, shout out to Texas. Let me give a shout out to everybody. And then we're going to do this Canelo talk, right? That's what people really want to hear about, all right? Boxing Magic, how's it going? Team Batman Boxing, right? A haplotype. He says people pay for quality sparring. This story is being overblown 100%. Anthony Sanchez, Daisy Sanchez. Did I say Anthony? There's not even. Oh yeah, there is. Okay. Is Daisy Sanchez and Anthony Sanchez, you all married? This is like, is that what this is? Like, well, what's going on right now? All right. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Team Batman Boxing. Can't wait for Canelo to get the win, he says. Look, it's going to be an interesting week, that's for sure. All right. Eric Gomez, Demetrio. All right. Carlos Sam says the Colts meltdown over the boot sparring is a gift. Shit is hilarious. Ted Cunningham, Eric Gomez, right? 92 AKU. It says, but is winning this, he says. MLO, 860. Never trust a guy with a beard. Man. Well, you don't like dudes with beards? Or what's going on right now? You know what I mean? Like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? Cuerpo Boxing says, what's up? How's it going, brother? All right. Shout out to you guys. Carlo says TikTok is normalized stealing content 100%. By the way, if you're going to steal it, at least do it the showbiz way. Like, try to pass it on. Like, these are your takes and your opinions, by the way. All right? Like maybe. But I will say this. At least that takes some effort, at least. You know what I mean? Well, what about the dudes that this is literally all they do? Literally. Like, the videos, like somebody else does a video, right? And all they do is this. And then like people watch it, bro. People watch it. That's all they do. And it's not like their reactions don't even go with what the people are saying because all they've done is crop that reaction and they just paste it on a bunch of videos and like act like they're reacting to it, but it's the same fucking reaction every fucking time. What the fuck is going on with the lack of creativity in this fucking world? At least Taco Man puts a fucking taco thing in his head. You know what I mean? Has charisma, I'll give him that. Probably his big ass eyes and acts like his sticks are his. You know what I mean? But at least there's some effort to it. What's up with this? It's like a Trump speech. Trump is talking. And the captain says, "What do you guys think?" Like, and it works. Like you know what I mean? Like, because I'm definitely hating on that shit. Like, I don't like to be a hater, but I'm hating on that shit. Like, the fact that works and they're getting like 10,000 views and people are just giving all these opinions and like these people, they did nothing. They contributed nothing. But anyway, that's it. Ryan Garcia is the pot calling the kettle black. You're part of the problem with live streaming culture, Ryan. You're part of the whole immaturity and acting like an idiot and doing dumb shit on lives. And that's you, Ryan. You're the one that got arrested in a hotel with a motorcycle helmet on. And you weren't even live streaming that. What about the other shit you live streamed while you were drunk and high on drugs? What about those live streams? Ryan. Ryan. Right? You forgot Ryan existed. Let's talk about this Boots thing. Boots sparring Canelo. Oh my God. I feel like I'm Allen Iverson right now. I'm Allen Iverson. And I feel like I'm Allen Iverson right now. And I'm like, y'all talking about this, bro? Like this is what you're talking about. People calling it a checkmate. It's over. Oh, Canelo's going to win. He's firing Boots. I mean, I agree that Canelo's going to win, but I didn't come up with that conclusion because he's sparring Boots, bro. Right? Like, this is nuts. Right? It's crazy. Oh, but you don't understand DStyle. You don't understand. Right? You see, Boots, he could box righty, lefty. He's a switch hitter. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I understand that. I get it. But here's the other thing. He's black. Right? So everyone's like all in shock. Now, Bud's been sparring Mexican dudes and like, like, I'm not coming out calling him Benedict Arnold and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not over here, that guy, he's a traitor. So, like, what are we doing, bro? The amount of people coming out bitching and moaning about what is Boots doing and how can Boots do this? How can Boots betray us? Boots is now called General Betrayers. He betrayed, like, what are we doing? Oh, Boots, he's not saying on code. And Boots, he's like, what are we doing, bro? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, this is insane, right? And then Tim Bradley's coming out. God damn, I'm glad. I hope nobody signs Timothy Bradley to announce boxing matches. I was a fan of Bradley as a fighter, but as a commentator, I can't stand you. One of the fighters he likes will land the punch. In the middle of a fight, bro. You know what I mean? And so Bradley's theory is that he's in there as a spy, right? And we need some intel. We said need some information, right? We need to report, Timothy. I'm sorry, Boots. We need to report, Boots. We need you to report. Like, what's up? Right? It don't matter how much Canelo's paying you. We need to report We need the report. Let me tell you something. Boots can go to Crawford and tell him whatever he wants to tell him. Whatever you want to say. You know what, Boots? Go to Crawford's camp and tell him that you were whooping on Canelo the whole time. Oh, yeah. When you switch, like Canelo doesn't know what to do. When you switch, like Canelo's lost in there. Like he's like a deer in headlights. He doesn't know what to do. Oh no! Let me tell you right now. It's the moment you go southpaw, Canelo's lost. He's just like he freezes. But you got it. But don't worry about it. But if Boots believes that Canelo went, like let's just say everything Bradley's saying is true. If Boots believes that Canelo went 100% in sparring against him, like 100%, then let him believe that. I have a feeling though that Boots is a little smarter than that. Is what I think. That's what I think. The fact of the matter is, everyone kind of sees that while different in many ways, are similar in other ways. And at the end of the day, it's good work for Canelo. And the pace and how hard they're going to go in sparring is going to be dictated by Canelo. So Canelo's going to got the work that he needed to get out of Boots, and will continue if they're still sparring to get it regardless. Right? Because Canelo's going to be able to dictate how hard the sparring goes and get the work that he needs. What Boots goes out and tells Bud Crawford is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. We need to report. We need to report. Instead, Bradley, of saying, y'all acting stupid. It's just a fucking sport. Like, what do you mean that Boots is betraying his own? And then instead of calling that out, he's like, oh no, we need to report. We need, like, he starts playing into it. Okay, fine. Do whatever you want to do. But I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter what he goes and tells. Like, if he goes and tattletales, or he's going to go tattletale to Bud and tell Bud that he's got it. Oh, don't worry, Bud. You got it. I sparred Canelo, and I know you're going to beat him, Bud. Because I sparred him, and I know. If that makes Bud feel better, then do it, Boots. Just do it. Go say it to Bud Crawford. All right? Go tell him that. And hope that it matters somehow. Right? Like if you I'm just saying. Or maybe Boots doesn't really have a dog in the race here. What reason does Boots Ennis have to report to Bud Crawford and his camp on how he did against Canelo and what's going to work against Canelo, knowing full well that it's not even a real fight, it's sparring. Knowing full well that Canelo's probably holding back a lot because it's sparring. Canelo's only concentrating on working on what he needs to work on. By definition, you want to work on the things that you feel you're going to maybe have the most trouble with, and you want to work on those things. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, honestly. In the words of Allen Iverson, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. You want to go be the spy? You want to go be the guy that goes in tattletales? Then you go do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because now, even if that's not true, Bradley put that out in the universe, right? So now, if people want to work with Boots, I don't know. Like, should we not work with Boots? No, I think iron sharpens iron. And I believe that Boots will be professional and just get his work in, learn whatever he needs to learn, work on his craft, and while Canelo works on his, and just leave it at that. That's what I think. And even if that's not the case, it's not going to matter anyway. Shout out to Bruce Goss, 62 months as a member. Remy, 45 months as a member. And also, speaking of Remy, para una tall can. Well, I don't really drink that much alcohol nowadays, but I'll get one of these. You know what I mean? So these are good with some lime. These are good. Saying. My favorite mineral water right there. So, here's my thing. Why does Boots need to report to Bud? Because he's black? Is that why? Because the blacks need to stick with the blacks? Is that why? So Bud should not trust any Mexicans or Latinos in his camp. Right? Is that what you're saying? What about the Latinos that are in Bud's camp? What about the Latinos that have sparred Bud? Are they going to report? Are they going to give Canelo a report? Are they going to bring up a report for La Raza? Is that what they're going to do? See how dumb this sounds? See how stupid this sounds? And if and when, let's say it happens, Boots goes out and gives intel and information to Bud. Oh, yeah, when you switch, this is open and that is open. If and when, like, how does Bud know that Boots is telling the truth? How does Bud not know that Boots is mistaken? Because Canelo wasn't going 100%. And/or it's just flat out lying to Bud, the same guy that he may fight in the future, a rival of his. Oh no, but you guys want to live in a world where if a random fighter's black and another random fighter's black, somehow they need to be in the same team, right? And I like how Brad is able to just give it on the down low. It's not really down low now, is it? What I'm telling you guys that it doesn't matter is what I'm telling you right now. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. It just isn't. So, furthermore, if according to Bradley, according to Tim Bradley, all Canelo does is put his guard up and just plot forward and just throw bombs. Right? That's all he does, right? Then what? Why do you need intel from Boots Ennis? You know, there is a movement right now, and I knew it was coming, that is very hard on Crawford right now. Like they're going all in on Crawford. And a lot of it is, while Crawford is special, Crawford is different. While Crawford, he's a magician in the ring. I've done a whole video about it, right? There are people saying things about Crawford. This is the oldest version of Crawford there's ever been. He's going to put on mass and weight. He needs to put on armor, but to be able to take a lot of these punches Canelo's going to land on him, right? If he didn't think Canelo, all these people saying, oh, Canelo's not even going to hit him. Then why is he putting on all that mask then? Because he knows punches are coming, bro. He knows he's gonna get hit. Oh, but like I saw clip Canelo, like every Canelo camp all the time. When Canelo's training, like the stuff he puts out, and this is very consistent, very low pace. It rarely looks impressive, right? And it's all like just focusing on one little specific thing. He doesn't really like. He never tries to really put on a show for the cameras like a lot of these fighters do. And people just running with it like, oh man, Canelo's not looking good in that clip. Oh, Butt's not going to be there for that right hand. Like they really think Canelo's just going to throw a right hand like this, like the way he was throwing it to Reynoso's mitts, right? Like they think that's how the punch is coming. Like this is nuts, bro. Like okay, that's what you believe. Oh, Bud, he doesn't get hit with right hands, but you could see it. You could do a whole montage of Bud getting hit with right hands. Mean Machine landed right hands on him. I mean, like, what are we doing? Oh, Bud's not going to be there for that. You guys talk like Bud doesn't get hit. Like, this is insane. Win, lose, or draw, Bud's getting hit. Like, it's just what it is. You see, the fact that Canelo brought in boots and they're trying to put in some type, I guess, doubt or create mistrust in the camp and whatever it is that they want to do, right? And then you have the other crowd that wants to shame Boots for sparring Canelo. Boots should turn down an opportunity to spar Canelo because he's going to fight Crawford. And well, why would you do that, right? Like the opportunity to spar Saul Canelo Alvarez, right? And gain all this experience. But you're over here worried, right? You're over here worried about all this dumb tribal shit. It's tribal. Like it's just like it's dumb. The things I saw said about Boots, and maybe what Bradley is doing is to get some heat off of Boots, right? Maybe Bradley, because kind of did start off about that, right? He's not on code, like so. Maybe there's part of Bradley that's either trolling, which I hope, or he's like trying to take the heat off of Boots from the attacks that Boots is getting, right? Like like when it comes to sparring, when it comes to all this shit, none of it's personal. We always hear about boxing the business, boxing the business. It is. It's not personal. Don't take it personal because Boots is sparring Canelo. He'll be a fool to turn down that opportunity. Oh, but he shouldn't take it because some dudes on YouTube are going to get in their feelings. Right? They're getting their feelings and calling him all type of mean names because he shouldn't be sparring against, against someone who's going to go against Bud. I mean, Jesus Christ, grow the fuck up. Oh, it's bigger than boxing. No, it's not. It's just boxing. It's to fight. It's not bigger than boxing. You know what's bigger than boxing? The shit you guys do, whatever you do outside of here. Like when you're not talking boxing, like your life, your family, your loved ones, your job, like that's bigger than boxing. Right? So that's whatever. You know, we'll get there when we get there. A lot to talk about. One more thing. Because I've seen some people like on YouTube and or not YouTube, I'm sorry, on Twitter. And man, we have to do a round table for the Bud Canelo fight. But it's a must. We got to do a round table reunion. We got to get together, man. We got to get the band together. We got to create a panel. Let's get like 6, 7 people, and it's really talk about this Canelo Crawford fight. Let's do a huge round table. Let's get excited and let's get it together. Let's put it together. We have to do it. No, we don't. We don't have to do shit, right? I don't want to bury it, but there's not going to be a round table. Not by that name anyway. There's not going to be a round table for Canelo versus Crawford. All right. So you could put that on the I wish it happened bin. That's where you could put it, right? That you could put that on the wow man. Why can't we? You could put it there. I'll talk about that fight with who I want to talk about it that week, and that's it, right? And we'll leave it at that. With that said, Tank Davis versus Jake Paul. I haven't had an opportunity to talk about it because I've been busy all week. I don't understand. Like I get it, but I don't. Right? I get why Tank Davis and Jake Paul are doing it. You know, I have so many questions about it. Right? I have so many reservations about it. What I don't get is why fans like it. Like I just don't understand why boxing fans is. By the way, none do I agree. I don't think, but I don't think I said that. Maybe some in the chat said that. Bud and Canelo are good people, bro. Like I think both guys are great guys. I don't have a personal beef with Bud at all. I think Bud's a phenomenal fighter, and whatever some of his fans, or some of them are not even his fans. A lot of those dudes are Spence fans rooting against Bud, right? Are the ones bringing up this dumb shit about Boots, by the way. All right. A lot of the same dudes were saying Bud is fake and he's not, like he was just a product of top ranked matchmaking. All of a sudden they're over here like getting on Boots for helping Canelo. Like go fuck off. All right. But we'll put that aside. And that's that. Okay. So anyway. Oh, by the way, before I get Tank. Well, I don't think I don't know what you're on about, bro. Like you're going overboard. Like it's overboard. Like it's just like stop trying to be all like. What's with the dudes that come and want to say over the top stuff? It's like, oh, I'm gonna say something so racist and over the top to see how I could make the host uncomfortable, and maybe have some black subscribers and see how they react to it. I don't hate black people. I like all people. I'm not a racist. I don't support racist shit against blacks, against whites, against Mexicans, against anybody. Fuck off. I'm not into this race war shit. All right? Simple as that. Fuck off. If you don't like, it's okay not to like Andre Ward, but it's over the top. It's over. You're being over the top. Like, and you're doing it to be like, well, what is this? I've known the dudes, and they're usually like dudes that never show their face. They usually have like these little groups on like Discord or stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you kind of see them like hovering around and spying on you on your Instagram stories. And they're always like saying over the top shit to see if they can get a reaction. Well, here's your reaction. All right? Like I don't get it, bro. Like I just don't. I guess that's your version of bigger than boxing, right? That's what it is. You know what I mean? So this is what it is. We may or may not get a Chief Funky reunion. I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no idea. But me and Chief Funky are cool now. It's all good. You know what I mean? But look. So, here's the deal. Andre Ward, however, he's just too biased, bro. It's just a little too biased. The dude's just too biased. All right. I don't like. I just don't like when Fury knocked out Wilder, and like the commentators were going crazy, but he stayed all quiet, and I don't know. And then he's done videos just shitting on Canelo, bro, and on hypocritical shit, like criticizing Canelo shit he did. Oh, Canelo, he wants to bring down Bivol to his weight to drain him, but he did that to fucking Dawson. What are we doing? Right? Oh, Canelo, bro, like you didn't fight Stevenson, bro. Look at the dude you fought. Like you criticized Canelo for the Rocky Fielding fight, his first fight at 168. Look how you fought. Your first fight moving up. What are we doing? Like I just don't like he's 100% too biased. Jim Lamley should be the one announcing the fight. Like simple as that, right? He's just too biased. Like they put him in there to justify while Crawford's running around the ring, and that it's not running, it's boxing. That's his job, I guess. Right? The fans are gonna say this is running, but this is not running, it's boxing, right? That's his job. That's what he's gonna do. That's why he's there. That's all he's gonna do, right? That's all. Like that's it. The commentator that advocates for fighters to be as boring as possible. That's Andre Ward, right? Like as simple as that, right? Shit, that's your opinion, brother. Like, I don't think he's racist. Like that's again, you're being over the top, right? And when you're over the top and you want to make a point, people don't listen to you. Like that's what you over the top guys don't understand. When you're too over the top, like people don't listen to what you have to say. They just shut down whatever you say afterwards. It's just over the top, bro. Like, it's this. You know what I mean? So, but hey, that's your take. We get it. You said like 10 times already. Like, well, we get you. Shadam thinks that he's racist. Okay, you said it, bro. Like, move on. That's it. Move on. You know what I mean? Keep it moving. So let's talk about Tank versus Jake Paul. Look, a lot of the people in the boxing media, or that are hoping to have some type of connection with MVP. I know a lot of you, by the way. Just do me a favor. Just don't come at me. You know, let it be. But those are the people that are really like pushing how great of a fight this is. This is great. Get your bag, and you can't blame them. They're going to make all this money. It's going to be a massive event, which is true, by the way, whether we like it or not. But I get it. A lot of you have to play along to get along. I get it. You have dreams. You have aspirations, right? Yet a lot of you have bills to pay. So I'm not even hating. But just do me a favor. And when I say it's a shit fight, don't come at me about it. That's all I'm going to ask. Let it be. Or you're going to force me to say something back that I don't want to say. All right? It's a shit fight. It's a sparring match, number one. Right? So they're going to have some verbal agreement off to the side on what they're going to do. Similar to the Logan Paul, fight with Mayweather. And the closer we get to the fight, they're going to do some shit. Yeah, exhibition. Sorry, not sparring. Exhibition. You're right, Remy. And I'm trying to understand what we're accomplishing here. You have this lightweight fighting a cruiserweight. What are we doing? What? And this is basically like what you're getting. Like this is what boxing is falling into. And it's going to be a massive event. It's going to be big for the undercard fighters. They're probably going to put a lot of their female fighters on an undercard. And that's cool. That's good, you know. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, what are we doing? Tank Davis has not fought any of his fucking peers, bro. How does this dude enter the age of 30 and hasn't fought any of his fucking peers? Like, I never seen something like this. And people are just still defending it. Oh, like you got Alex Setback out there with the knee pads on. What the fuck are we doing? Nothing's getting accomplished. This is the state of boxing right now. Like this is going to be number one and number two of the biggest events of the year, right? Like no one's denying that part. But when it comes to the substance of it, Jake Paul, who is fighting a fucking lightweight, what are we doing? And Tank Davis is going straight for the bag, and he's accomplishing what in this exhibition? Didn't fight Lomachenko all those years. Didn't fight Shakur Stevenson. Didn't fight Devin Haney. But the only one he fought was Ryan Garcia. That's it. And he dehydrated him. Ryan was too big and strong, but you're going to go up and fight Jake Paul? You're bringing up little dudes like Roach to fight you, but then now, because, hey, all these other guys are too big, but now you're going to go fight Jake Paul? At 195 pounds? Is this what we're doing? What a waste. If you're going to be about the money, go be about the money. Because it is going to be a big event. It's a fucking circus, but it's going to be a big event. Hey, when the circus comes around, it sells out. All right? But I'm trying to understand, like, what does Tank Davis think? Like, can Tank really get mad if they don't put him on top 10 pound for pound list? Can you really get mad if people don't rate him? What he thinks that, like, beating Ryan Garcia, that's it? The same guy Rawlings just beat. You think beating Ryan Garcia just gives you a lifetime pass to, like, never have to fight anybody ever again? You could do what you want to do. Well, go do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you don't get to demand that I rate you. You don't get to avoid and flat out just duck Vasyl Lomachenko for years. And when Vasyl finally retires, well, I called him out. He didn't want to fight. Look, you can't do that. Terrible. And this shows you how unsuitable Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Albee are as promoters. They don't know what the fuck they're doing to build a career. They don't know. They want to skip like the foundation. And this is what you're getting. All right? This is what you're getting in return. When the inmates, which is what's happening in boxing, the inmates are running the asylum, well, you get shit like this. You get crazy shit like this. less substance, less about who deserves it, less about that and more about who sells tickets and who brings asses to seats, and which has always mattered. But when you want to put that overemphasis on it, well, this is what you're getting. This is it. Tank Davis, in my opinion, lost to Roach. Even without the knockdown being counted. He lost that fight. But he got a gift decision, and now his fans run around and want to act like he did, like they didn't just see what they saw, just like they did with the Isaac Cruz fight. The Isaac Cruz fight was a very close fight. If you want to give it a Tank, that's fine, but it could have gone to Cruz. It was a very close fight. But they wanted to gaslight. Oh, no, Tank didn't take him serious. Oh, sure he didn't. Oh, because Tank, he fought him with one hand. Sure he did. He was throwing that uppercut with that hurt hand hard as fuck in those early rounds, so you heard it on the guard of Cruz. But that should have been a red flag. Ryan just happens to be an overrated guy who, that could be dangerous against certain styles maybe, but not against other styles. We saw that against Raleigh, right? If you have any type of power and you're able to avoid the left hook long enough, you could beat Ryan Garcia. So if Ryan Garcia wasn't allowed to keep giving his back against Duarte over and over again, an illegal move, by the way, and Duarte wasn't getting warned for hitting him when Ryan was the one turning his back, that could be a totally different fight. I think he wins that fight against Ryan if he's not getting warned when Ryan was the one breaking the rules. What a crappy fight. Sadly, I mean, what gets more views on Netflix? Canelo versus Crawford? Or Paul versus Tank? What's going to get the most views? Because I don't know how many casuals are going to tune into each. I'm sure it's going to be a lot, but the boxing public's going to watch, right? But, man, should be interesting. With that said, guys, I got to get going. I was only supposed to be like 45 minutes, but I got to get rolling now. I'm going to roll out. All right, and that's that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is DStyle, and I'm out. Peace, guys.